You're listening to The John and Heidi Show. Now, featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Ferris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Ferris. Good Wednesday to you, sir. How are you?
I'm just fine. Digging the heat.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Digging the heat. Well, I'm a
Basking
Leo. I'm
in
a
the
sun
sun.
sign guy. Leos, we rule.
You do kind of roll, yeah.
Kind of do. Love the heat. Love it. Soak it up. I'm kidding. I'm dying inside.
Thank God for air conditioning.
Brutal. Absolutely brutal. It happens to be in, gosh, this certainly piques my interest, so many national celebrations and observances. And who makes these calendars or makes up these events, I have no idea. But it happens to be, in case you didn't know, Clean Your Floors Day.
Oh.
Day set aside every year to just clean your floors.
Shouldn't you do that every... Never mind.
I don't know, John. I've never seen you with a mop and a bucket there,
Exactly,
sunshine.
that's what I was going to say.
That's why I decided not to say
See, ordering the missus around there every chance you get.
Sure
Wow.
be nice if somebody would clean these floors. I'm just saying.
Unbelievable. And on the other side of that spectrum, it also happens to be National Watermelon Day.
Oh.
Who doesn't like watermelon?
I've never met anyone who doesn't dig
Do you
good
put salt
watermelon.
on your watermelon?
I do.
Oh, me too.
It depends. I like salt. You know, as a kid, sugar, I guess, when I was younger.
I never did sugar, but always salt. Yum.
See, I like salt on apples, too.
Me too.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I also like salt on French fries. Oh, never mind.
And on cantaloupe.
Wow, John.
I'm just trying to help.
Wow. Wow. Martha Stewart, she's 81 today?
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah, she seems to be aging okay.
She does.
Of course, she's dating Snoop Dogg, you know.
Yeah, well, that'll
He's
keep
younger,
you young.
keeping her on her toes. Martha Stewart. She's a felon, you know.
I
She
do know
is.
this.
Wearing ankle bracelets and stuff. It's pretty funny.
She's the only person that has an ankle bracelet that also complements the rest of her outfit.
Exactly. It's a good thing. Ramon Estevez is 82. That's Martin Sheen.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Sheen actor Martin Sheen. He regrets ever changing his name,
Yeah.
He does.
but he did. And what's weird is his two sons, one kept
Yep, Emilio
the official
kept his.
family name, and then Charlie did not.
Yeah.
Charlie went with Sheen and Emilio Estevez. Yeah, it's weird. I guess Martin spends a lot of time going, Charlie, be more like Emilio.
Pretty much.
I bet he
You're
really does.
insane. Charlie, you're insane.
What's going on my computer? Hey, sorry about that.
We'll be all right.
Jeez.
You've been nothing but a problem since we fired up. So you just keep going, John. Keep digging that hole, buddy.
I just bumped something on my computer and it started yelling at me. Oh, sorry about that.
First
You were
concert,
saying?
strangely enough, and every now and again you see it on Facebook, whatever, somebody has a, like, what's the first concert you ever seen?
Oh, yeah.
Age yourself, what's the first show you ever seen? For me, and seriously, and I swear I'm not sure why, but I think it's because my parents couldn't find a babysitter. but they took me and my older brother, Oogie Boogie, and we couldn't have been more than maybe 5 and 7 years old, somewhere right around
Really?
there. We went to Tony Bennett.
Oh.
Now that is something I would have
Do
loved
you
to
remember
have
the
seen.
show?
I do, because it's backed up by Count Basie and his orchestra.
Oh, wow.
I mean, how phenomenal is that? But I'm just a little kid.
Right.
Sitting there, I think it was like Minneapolis Auditorium or something, but sitting there going, wow, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And like 10 minutes later, it's like, I'm really bored because I'm a little kid. You know, there's some guy on stage singing
Just
about
singing.
he left his heart in San Francisco. It's like, well, how are you still alive? But
Makes no sense.
yeah, Tony Bennett is 96 today.
Nice.
And that was my first live concert.
Nice.
Interesting. This guy, I mean, you know, love him or hate him, at some level you have to go, you know what? He really is kind of something special. Tom Brady is 45 today.
Oh, yeah.
7-time Super Bowl winning quarterback. Again, 45 today.
Wow.
He'll be starting under center again this season for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, starting quarterback at 45. Average age, starting quarterback in the NFL, is about 30.
Right.
So he's a lot older than most.
And a lot better.
Yeah.
Which is incredible. Physically, mentally, that's pretty crazy.
That's a heck of a career.
Really is. It
He's
was
done well.
1492. We were youngsters. Christopher Columbus set sail on his first voyage to the Indies from Spain.
Yeah. He didn't make it, by the way.
Spain, I mean, and little teeny ships too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's like the 1400s, and it's like, hey, we're going to take a little trip. Sign right here. Get in this little wooden boat. It'll
luck,
be
kid.
awesome. And the Pinta, the Nina, and the Santa Claus. Awesome ships. 1946. This is interesting. The world's first theme park opens for business in Santa Claus, Indiana.
Was it really?
Yeah, everybody thinks theme parks. Of course, they always go the Disney route, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right, because they're world famous. But the very first theme park in this country opened in Santa Claus, Indiana. Santa Claus Land was the name of it.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, makes sense.
70 years later, still open for business. Now known as Holiday World and Splashin' Safari.
Okay.
Wow.
It is still owned and operated by the family that launched it in 46.
That's awesome.
The Koch family. Yep. Happens to be right next to Lake Rudolph Campgrounds.
Nice.
They do a banging business.
That's adorable.
Right? And it's still kind of Christmas themed with Santa Claus and everything
Right.
else. Huh. I did not know that. How did I not know this till like right now?
We should make a
Well,
road trip.
We should. What are
Yeah.
you guys doing this afternoon?
Yeah, apparently it's there. I've seen photo. I went to the website and it looks kind of cool. Out of world of sports, because John loves his sports.
I do. I'm a big sports nut.
1984, she won the hearts of America, ladies and gentlemen. Bubbly, 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 sassy American gymnast Mary Lou Retton
I knew that.
Oh, yeah.
won the all-around event, Los Angeles Games, becoming the first American woman to win an independent gold medal in the Olympics.
Oh, really?
Yep. She also
Wow.
went on to secure a couple silvers and a bronze, too. She was, then she went on and got some great endorsement deals. She was the first female athlete to ever be featured on a box of Wheaties,
I remember that.
which
I
was
remember
kind
the
of a
box
big
of
deal.
Wheaties. I
'Cause
didn't know she was the first.
Here's the thing that was really cool. When they did that, Dan, I don't know if you know this, but she was also the first person to have a life-size photo on a box of Wheaties.
Oh, my gosh. That's
She's
horrible.
a tiny little thing.
That's great, John. She shilled for McDonald's for a while. She's also in my favorite Christmas movie, Scrooge.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Cameo. And she was
Tiny Tim.
she was in Naked Gun 33 and a third, too.
That's right.
I love
yeah,
the
she's done
Naked
some
Gun.
cameos in some pretty big movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
seems neat.
She was all that and a side of fries and gosh darn it, you can't beat that smile, can you?
No, you cannot.
All right, there you go. I know, we all know, and we just forge ahead.
Gonna do that. It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Ferris.
Join us in October for The Sands, a week of music and fun that's been described as the best week ever by many of our guests. This year, we have more icons and more fun. Culture Club, The Cult, Loverboy, Belinda Carlisle, Lou Graham, Vanilla Ice, Samantha Fox, Firehouse, and many more. Plan to join us October 25th through the 30th at Planet Hollywood Beach Resort in Cancun, Mexico. This all-inclusive event will be the time of your life. Learn more now at radiotravelgroup.com.
Time now for Back to the Basics in Healthcare with Balanced Life Chiropractic, and we have Dr. Harley joining us. How you doing, Dr. Harley?
Hey, John, I'm doing great. Surviving the heat wave so far.
Yeah, and we're kind of in that hot part of summer, but before you know it, it's going to be back to school time, and then it's going to get cool, and then we'll have snow. So, you got to be ready for all that. But as we talk about going back to school, one of the things that some kids get to deal with is like inner ear infections, and you said there's actually a way that chiropractic can kind of help alleviate some of that as well.
Yeah, we're going to be talking a lot about things that kids deal with, especially as we're getting back to school, to help them with those back to school germs and keeping your kids healthy. So one thing I've been getting a lot of questions about lately is ear infections. My kiddo's got ear infections. They're looking at having tubes in. What should I do? So I tell them, chiropractic can actually really help with those chronic ear infections. Because what's happening is a child's anatomy is like in their ear. We have what's called the eustachian tubes. So they actually are horizontal as when you're a child, but as you grow and become an adult, they actually start to point downwards. So those eustachian tubes are actually what drain our inner ear. So it makes sense for children to have chronic ear infections a lot because those eustachian tubes aren't draining their inner ear. So all that pressure just builds up. Bacteria move in, and we get those ear infections.
And that's a pretty common thing. I know a lot of people that had to deal with that.
Yeah, I almost had tubes as a child. I had a lot of ear infections as well. So then obviously, we look at putting the tubes in, and that's going to help reduce pressure in the ear. But what could be happening is the upper neck, we have that C1 and C2, those two top bones. Those nerves, especially the one around C2, go back up into our ears, and they control our ear functions. So, hearing, balance, as well as balancing the pressure inside of our ear. So a lot of times we see kids that have chronic ear infections have a really big misalignment at that C2. So by adjusting that area is going to help reduce pressure in the ear, helping it to, actually flow like it's supposed to, all the pressure in there, and that gets rid of the ear infections.
So that would kind of help it drain on its own. And with the pinch on the neck, it'd be like kinking a hose, and then all of a sudden you got issues. Then they got to put in these other tubes. So if you just get everything aligned, you don't have to worry about all of that stuff.
Right, the kids don't have to go through surgery because a lot of times the tubes fall out and then they end up having to have them put back in, or it doesn't fix the problem. So yeah, really with chiropractic, we're trying to help the body heal itself, function like it's supposed to.
Very, very nice. As we get closer to back to school, we'll have some more back to school topics. Now, if somebody has a topic they want to have you talk about, they could probably reach out and say, hey, you should talk about this because this is something my kiddo is dealing with. If they'd like to do that, or if they'd just like to reach out and have you as their chiropractor, how do they get a hold of you?
Yeah, we'd love any suggestions. It's always sometimes kind of interesting trying to figure out what to talk about each week. But yeah, if you have questions and you want to know how chiropractic can help with something, they can shoot us a message on our Facebook page, Balanced Life Chiropractic, or give us a call at 605-215-1785. We'd love to chat and let them know how we can help.
Very, very nice. And you can also find them online. Their website is balancedlifesd.com.
If you watch the news, you've probably heard about interest rate hikes and other financial factors that could make you a bit nervous. At BetterCreditCards.com, we continue our commitment to help you get a better credit card. On the website, BetterCreditCards.com, we have different kinds of credit cards, some with better points and perks, some designed to help you build your credit. Whatever stage of life you happen to be in, we want to help. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
And now stuff Dan finds interesting. Yeah.
It is time for Stuff Dan Finds Interesting. Dan, what do you find interesting on this Wednesday?
Well, if you may make the mistake of turning on the news, there's this where inflation keeps flying. It's like, everything costs more money. Everything costs more money. I personally haven't noticed.
Your
Well, when
butler
you make
has
the
not
kind of
told
money you make,
When you're
it's
dirty,
really
dirty, filthy, stinking rich like me, it's like, you know what? Don't care.
Your butler didn't even tell you how much it costs these days
I
to fill
could
up with
care
gas.
less. I pull up to a gas pump and just bang open that hose. I don't even put the nozzle in the car.
Squirt it all over.
Hose it all over the place. Do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, inflation is a big deal, and Americans are cutting back.
Yeah.
This recent survey, several thousand adult Americans, it's like, is there some common things people are cutting back on? And the word is, yeah. Here's the top 5. In the past several months, people are going, you know what? I think we're just going to wait on that. At number 1, furniture and household items.
Yeah.
52% of respondents said, yeah, we're
sit
just
on what we have.
not doing that right now. Just not. At number 2, 47% of respondents said holding off on doing the vacation thing.
Yeah.
And literally haven't done it this summer and don't intend to until things open up a little bit. But yeah, almost half of respondents going not doing the vacation
Yeah.
thing. That's huge.
That's sad.
That is huge. What else we got here? Vehicles. New and used cars, pretty darn expensive, not
Oh, yeah, they
surprisingly.
are.
37% of respondents are just holding off and not doing it.
Yeah.
Case in point, and this is interesting, I don't like to share a lot about myself because, well, I just don't.
Right.
But I was involved in an accident about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
My favorite car in my entire life
Yeah.
was totaled in that accident. Things finally came to fruition with adjusters and blah, 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 blah. And although I'm still not happy about it because it certainly won't replace that car.
Right.
But I am paid by insurance almost to the dollar
Yeah.
what I paid for that car 10 years ago.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And you look at that and you just go, this market is crazy.
It is. It is.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Because I knew just a couple of years ago what that car was worth.
Yeah.
And when the person I was dealing with said, yeah, this is what we can do, part of me wanted to laugh.
Right.
And then part of me wanted to cry.
Right.
It's a real weird. And this one kind of surprised me. 16% of respondents said, yeah, they're not going to be doing the pet grooming thing.
Oh.
Their dogs, because they're going to do it themselves.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And let me tell you, I
They
tried
aren't
that
using-
last year.
I thought it was hilarious.
Poor dog.
We had reached out to get our dog groomed last year, and everybody was booked out like 2 months. I'm like, she needs a haircut now. I'm like, I can do this.
Because you can. I thought she looked great.
I took some
I
clippers.
thought she looked
Our
great.
dog looked like, she did not look great. She looked anything but great.
Oh, She
No.
looks awful.
I let our friends at Mini Critters do it now.
Yes,
She
they're-
But
does
still, you
look
got it
great.
done and you save some bucks.
Yeah, but you know what? The sad state of what my dog looked like and everybody making fun of her. Nah, it's worth it to just have it done.
And finally on the list, number 5, people, because of inflation, they are giving up or holding back on are club memberships.
Okay.
Could be anything. Local golf clubs, maybe pool clubs, whatever, country clubs, blah, 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 blah. They're just aren't doing the thing. They're either letting it lapse or they're canceling, and they're certainly not signing up for anything else. And that was about 20% of respondents said, nope,
Wow.
no thanks, not right now.
Crazy.
So, yeah, it's affecting everybody. I guess, again, like I mentioned earlier,
You wouldn't
I
know.
really don't know.
I wouldn't know.
Does not affect you at all.
That's one of those little people things I can't be bothered with. So, there you go. Hey, John, Heidi, you know what? Thanks for giving me a microphone. There's something horribly wrong with you for doing this.
What were we
We've
thinking?
been second guessing this for a long time.
But don't think I don't appreciate it, because I do, gosh darn it.
Well, Dan, thanks for coming in, man.
Absolutely. My pleasure.
It is the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Ferris.
While other wireless companies raise their prices, Mint Mobile has taken a different approach. You can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Let's say that again so you hear it right. $15 a month for unlimited premium wireless. Why would we do that? Because we can. If you're paying too much for your wireless phone, it's time for a Mintervention from Mint Mobile. You can sign up today at Mintervention.com. Premium wireless for just $15 a month at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Here's a Market Beat Minute for Wednesday, August 3rd, 2022. Equity markets held steady at near-term highs for a second day despite signs of weakening in the economy. The Little Watch JOLTS report, a measure of job availability within the economy, contracted in June by the second fastest pace on record and to the lowest level in nearly a year as businesses reel in their spending plans. And it's only the latest in a string of reports that suggest peaking within the economy and the onset of lingering stagnation, if not deepening recession. Later this week, a report from the ISM and the non-farm payroll figures could move the market as well. The market is expecting job gains to slow on a month-to-month basis, and the figure could come in weaker than expected, which might be good news in the long run. A slowdown in hiring could help ease inflationary pressures in wages and consumer spending and get the economy back on the right track. If not, the JOLTS report could be the first signal of a worsening economic crisis caused by rampant inflation. You can get the inside track from Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at marketbeatminute.com.